Hi everyone, this is Shashank Singh and we are in the way of learning Python programming language. In this video, we are going to discuss very important topic which will be star args and double star kwargs in Python, right? So eventually if you'll work on Python function long enough, you will definitely want a way to accept arbitrary number of arguments and keyword arguments without having to predefine a bunch of parameters in your function call, right? So as we have already seen in our previous video, we were passing few parameters in a function and then we should have to strictly call with the same number of arguments while calling that function, right? Not even one more or one less that has passed in a function, right? So let's do not waste our precious time and let's just get directly jump to Jupyter Notebook for writing Python code, and we're gonna see how exactly we can use this star args and double star quarks in Python function, and we'll discuss some concepts dotted around the same, right? So let me write one function. I'm writing def sum1. So this function will add two numbers. So let me pass two parameters, right? So I'm writing a comma b, now colon. Let me write the logic. So c is equal to a plus b. It's pretty simple, right? So return c. So I'm returning c. This will exits the function passing back the expression to the caller, right? So let me call this function. For calling this function, we have to make sure whatever the function name will be there, we should have to write the same name with the same number of parameters, right? So we should have to provide two arguments because it's accepting two parameters, right? So we have to make sure. So once we will call this function, we are getting 3 because 1 plus 2 will be 3, right? So if we are calling with three arguments, we are getting error because takes two positional arguments, but you were given three, right? So we have to make sure if you are passing with one also, you will get error, right? So we have to pass with exactly same number of arguments which is accepting, right? Which a function is accepting. So once we'll call this, we are getting the desired output, right? So let's say if I'm writing c is equal to 5, right? So if we will write c, we are getting error, but if we will write c is equal to 5, we won't get error because this is a default parameter, right? So by default it will take c is equal to 5, so you don't have to pass three arguments while calling that function, right? So even if you are writing c here, sorry, d, let me return d. So 1 plus 2 will be 3, 3 plus 5 will be 8, right? So it's optional, you can write here 6 also. So now c is 6, so 1 plus a plus b plus c is 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, 3 plus 6 is 9. Once you will execute this, you will get 9, right? So that's how function works, right? But let's say if you have to if let's say there are lots of person, they wants to use the same function and they want to pass different number of they want to call this function with different number of arguments, right? So some, let's say person want to call this function with 4 arguments, so for him it will throw error, right? So I mean, like, this is not the happy case for person A, right? So how can we get rid of this issue, right? So that's the reason why we use args, right? If you'll write args inside a function, you don't have to take care of the number of arguments with which you are calling that function, right? So let me write the function. Let's say if I'm writing def sum2, right? Inside this I'm writing star args, right? That's how we can write it. So this is not mandatory thing we can write. This is just a variable name, right, which is accepting tuple, right? So you can write abc, you can write xyz for, but here I'm writing args, right? So let me write the logic for the same. I'm writing for item, this star, with a star you can iterate this variable, right? So for item in args, this is a variable name. Now what I'm doing here is I'm writing c is equal to sum, which is function. So I want to sum all these, right? Let me return c. If you will call this function, Now you don't have to take care of the number of arguments, right? So you can pass n number of arguments. Once you'll execute this, you will get the desired output, right? So if you'll put this star, you can put data xyz data 1. You can put the same thing here and here, so it will give the same output, right? So you don't have to take care of the number of arguments with which you are calling the function, right? So this is all about star args, right? Now star quarks is pretty similar, right? So why we use star quarks, double star quarks, right? So basically you can pass n number of key value pair, right? You can pass a number of key value pair if you'll write quarks in a function, right? So let's see how we can use this. So let me write def now players. So I'm creating a function for players, so name will be compulsory. I'm writing name as a compulsory. Now I'm writing kwargs. Now this is also a variable, right? This will accept dictionary. This was accepting tuple, right? So this is my function. Let me print the name of the player, name, right? Now I'm iterating through all of the elements of this quag, right? For item in data dot, sorry, quags dot items, right? Colon. Now I'm writing print. Sorry, we should have to provide key and value, or else we can write anything. Print the same thing. So I'm printing key value. That's it. So this is my function, right? Now we don't have to take care of like we can pass a number of key value pair, right? So let me, but name you should have to provide for sure. So let me call this function. I'm calling this function. I'm writing the same name players. Now let me write Ronaldo, which is, who is my favorite player, right? So Ronaldo, yep. Comma, now you can pass let's say age. You are writing, let's say 34, anything. You can write height equal to 6, right? Now let's, yep. Once you will call this, you are getting this desired output, right? So you don't have to but you should have to pass these things, like this is a normal parameter, right? So if you won't pass this, you will get error, right? So you have to take care of this. However, you can pass n number of argument. Let's say I'm writing equal to, now let me pass one more thing, gg is equal to 56. Once you'll call this, you are getting the same set of key value pairs, right? However, let's say if I'm print here quarks, so you will get dictionary, right? So as I told, it will return dictionary, right? It's accepting tuple. So if you will, yep, data 1. So you are getting tuple, right? Here you are getting dictionary. So you can pause this video and note it down for your further remembrance. Hope you guys understood well about star args and double star quarks in Python, right? So thanks for watching this video. We'll come back with the new video very soon, right? Thanks for watching this.